Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to City Skylines 2. This is episode 13. As we go forward, the next thing we are in need of, that we can address, is that we do not have a medical university. It's going to bring us minus 25% to recovery failures citywide, and plus 10% hospital efficiency, which could and should do a lot to help with our health. It's pretty freaking big though, and definitely expensive. I'm hoping that this big area next to the airport can house this potentially. I'm gonna have to turn the day-night cycle back off. So we're gonna slap this down here just beyond the airport, which instantly adds a new signature building: pharmaceutical production, endeavoring to make the products accessible to all. This has a positive effect on citizen health and well-being, unless you're in the United States. Are we in the United States? It's a map. It's City Skylines 2. We're in a fictional country. I guess we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and give it a healthy size road. Speaking of healthy size road, oh, there's still the parking necessity is like right there. Okay. So, can we get up and over yet? Oh, we can. Okay, cool. Hoi! No. We're gonna have to kind of do something here with this. That's a little bit wonky, right? I think we could fix this. I think we really could. Let's fix it. Start by going straight ahead, then. Well, that'll work. It'll do the job. Okay, well, there is our new gigantic medical university, well suited to a much larger population than what we have. We have 6 students so far. But the employees are just showing up, and 6 students have enrolled quite quickly. Oh, what are the additions? Extension, way more capacity. We certainly don't need that. Plus 5% health within 1,000 yards. A practice clinic, okay. And research facilities increases students' chances of graduating. That is an expense we definitely do not want to add in right now. We are at 2.2 million. Are we actually declining? No, it's still going up, even though it says the current trend is negative. Let's also replace this thing with yet another traffic circle. That is how we move about this city. We built this city on roundabouts. The radio does not play enough rock and roll. Alright, the parking lot is very much a full, so fill that puppy up, and why don't we see if there's another that we could slap in. Like, can we squeeze one in here? No, not without sacrifice. But one house is a minor sacrifice. And all my expertise derives merely from a life devoted to a little bit around the corner, so we'll lower the price slightly on that, but I like that. Hillside Street. On the hillside. Makes sense. Fire! Have a fire department here. Hello, where are you? Ah, over here. That's the one nearest. The pharma building apparently does have a distinct city skylines, and indistinct, certainly not distinguished with anything remotely relative to the United States. +1 university graduation chance, plus 5% interest in university education, and a plus 2% industrial efficiency. Is it huge? No, it's not. What better place to stick it than across the street? It's weird that after all this, we are still having really poor healthcare. Okay, it's continually growing. It's up to 65%. It just seems really low compared to everything else, right? Our capacity is high. We have coverage. We have clinics. We have a hospital. We have a medical university now. And it's like thing after thing after thing that we do. People are dying at a high rate. Now, natural causes of death are natural. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It just feels high to me. And I suppose it feels high because one key stat is telling me that we're not healthy. Average health is 65%. Maybe we are in the US. Doesn't add with the pharma, but our average health is not great. Crematorium availability capacity is kind of right on the edge. Let's see, where are our crematoriums? Nothing in the new area. That is the latest. It already does have an additional hearse collection point, and they are processing 112 bodies a month. They were. There's only one body there. They handle them quite easily, but that's a lot of vehicles in use. Apparently we do need to be able to process more though. So processing capacity going plus 50. Okay, let's do it. And then maybe 5 more hearses. Now I know we have another crematorium over here somewhere. Have we maximized it? I think it's over this way, right? Medical clinic, yes. Ooh, this one does not have the expansion space and already has the additional incinerator. But does that put us into a happier zone? Yes. Pretty much meeting the needs. Not easily, not comfortably, but meeting the needs. Well, with the addition of the medical clinic, we definitely find ourselves in a much stronger position when it comes time to level up again. We are nearly beyond a big city. In the short term, we have demand, and we don't necessarily have land to kind of meet the demand, so that's a little bit of a bother. On the power side, do we have any of those bottlenecks anymore? Apologize for not having your name written down, but somebody did mention in the comments what it is that we can do with bottlenecks, but we don't seem to be experiencing any now. Okay, we do have some medium density, some high density, just a little bit of commercial needs, so some medium density, some high density will be handy, and this road is still wide open for that, and our tree line for the lumberyard is right there, so we're definitely okay to get some of this medium and high density. Yeah, this is the strange thing for me, is we have a hospital, fully employed, highly efficient, but it only has 5 patients. So what about it is leading to such low health? I mean, we have 30 ambulances. 1 is dispatched. So why can't we seem to get people healthy? Medical helicopter could definitely do a lot to keep some people alive, I would think. Okay, specialized treatment ward will keep people healthier, and it's a internal thing, so there you go, that's an easy one. And a trauma center, increased chances a patient recovers from their condition. We're going to do the same thing here. These are very much added expenses, and maybe we want to just do the medical helicopter as well. Let's make the hospital work for the people. I feel that's all I can do to boost the health. Now we're looking at a very good positive balance, 20k an hour, and that also helped get us pretty dang close to leveling up. Landfill availability is absurdly low. We have these incinerator plants that are incinerating quite well, and yet we don't seem to have control over the situation when it comes to this landfill. If the incineration is better than the garbage, why isn't the landfill capacity improving? Should we go, is there something we need to toggle to make it an outbound situation? I mean, we did shrink down the space a little bit. Enables landfill to maintain a much larger fleet of trucks. collects hazardous waste, allowing garbage to be processed at a higher speed. And waste recycling unit. Processing the incoming waste and recycling what's possible lowers the ground pollution produced. Oh, ground pollution minus 50%. Well, that's just a good thing to have, period. Yeah, now we can process a lot more. But again, this is not what we want. We want... I'd like to make it outbound, if possible. I thought I remembered there being a... Start emptying. Begins the emptying process. Garbage stored in the building will be transported to other available garbage facilities. There you go. We can process a lot and bring it in, but what we need is to incinerate it. See if that does the trick. I think I found the button. The magic button that was missing last time around. How we doing? Oil, guys. Level 5. Well staffed. And we have a second one. Back here. Also level 5. Efficiency, not 100%, but the efficiency is good. And I would assume that if we look, here's some stats. So, fertile land available, 11,000 acres, or 1,100 acres. And then we have 521 tons utilized, 629 renewal rate. So it's sustainable what we're doing. Wood available, lots and lots. And our renewal rate is much higher than our utilization rate. Ore, 967 tons available. We've not used any yet. That's one industry that we have not gotten into. As for oil available, 1,200 tons, and we are using 200. So there's definitely some more oil out there, and I think, yeah, right along that pocket continues to exist in a meaningful way. And maybe if we get this cleared out, we can move it elsewhere, like out here, and then we can cash in on some more oil. There's a big pocket here. There's a pocket on that island. This whole island is a pocket. There's definitely some more oil that we could get our hands on. And as for those gems, the closest is right off the edge of the map here and there. That seems like a good area to get into for that. We do have a small pocket inside the city, and our little Manhattan Island has. Does it have a little pocket? Yes, it does, but that island has another purpose. You know, that farmland. What have we gotten into? What do we have? That's beyond city limits. That's all beyond city limits. I'm sad that we have two key areas just inside our starting area. There is still this one we could get into. I could move this road to go around, and we could absolutely use that farmland. Am I using this one appropriately? It's grain. Okay. Yeah, we could totally move this road, go around, and get a little more farmland in, because we are very much not producing enough when it comes to food. And even for the lump, our surplus is not significant. It's minor. And we have a deficit in everything else, especially grain. We do find ourselves doing a lot of livestock. It's only producing a little over half of our needs. Seems like we got an awful lot of farmland out here as it is, and yet we're struggling to pull it all together. I mean, I thought with all of this additional we'd make a bigger dent, and yet it's very much a minor dent. A simple change has really wrapped the road well around where that farmland is, so we can do more with this than just adding in a little farm. There's still some space in here. We're not going to need much with the college, city hall. It's going to be easy to get into this and make something of it. And it was also important to push the road out of the way here for the farm, because otherwise we wouldn't have access to what's here. If we put the farm out here just a little bit and then start the housing down the side, and that allows us to maximize what we have here. And that means we're starting on this side, so we want to go up to about here. Hold on. I did not want that. I want grain, not cotton. I've noticed with this one that there is the opportunity to squeeze out a little bit more in terms of the land that it is using to get all of it, not just most of it. For good measure, I figured this area is best for farmland as it is, even though it's good coastal stuff. Squeezing a farm in, and obviously it's not decent land itself, it's not fertile land, so we're throwing in more livestock farming, and I'll do the same here, fill in this space as much as possible, up to about this point if it'll let us. And so we've turned that into 4 farms, and you can see that after all this time, it's April, it's been nearly a year into the game, and it's been a very long time since we did away with our, and it used to be further down, so it has moved, at least I believe it has. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely moved, because our original wastewater that we dumped straight into the ocean was somewhere right around here, and it's slowly flowed downstream. The current has carried it there, but yeah, there's still wastewater. Let's check in on some traffic, because that's something that was a concern a couple of episodes back. This was one of the hotspots. We'll check on that traffic in a minute. In the meantime, milestone number 12 is unlocked. We are now a large city. 3.2 million, 12 progression points, 21 tiles. We've been needing those tiles. There's been very little that I can do to handle the demands of the city, and this is the 3rd of the 5 major milestones. In other words, we're 60% of the way through. 12 points. We might go straight into them. We got 6.6 million. This is the largest sum of cash that we've ever been sitting on. And the solar power plant might be the way to go. That's 5 points. Health Research Institute studies ways of keeping citizens healthier and educates them in various ways via, for example, lectures and outdoor challenges. That might be a good way to go as well. Industrial waste processing could certainly be handy for us, but technical university could be another option. Provides academic learning for the technically oriented, increases the efficiency of offices and industrial companies. You know what, let's spend 2 points on that. We're going to hold off on the big medical research one. That's spandy. I think we're going to go ahead and unlock the solar power plant. Still 5 points available, but I'm going to hang on to those for now. Briefly, before we do our land expansion and take care of our needs of our growing city, I'd like to see how that traffic is looking. Here was the worst area before, and for the most part, just a moment ago, this wasn't looking too bad. But how backed up is the street? A bit. Definitely a bit. I wonder if it's useful to get rid of this taxi bus line. Oh yeah, that's packed up a little bit too. None of it's too bad. A lot of this is the people walking across here. Can we get rid of that? Yeah, we're definitely not getting enough flow through this area, that's for sure. There was a suggestion about moving the bus depot entirely, and look, the traffic's not in front of it. The traffic is here and trying to get on this highway, which means I think the real issue is this taxi bus line, right? We don't have enough flow because there's not enough for everyone to use there. So let's see, what can we do? Do I need to delete it to make that happen? Or do a 5-laner? Well, 5-laner is not going to do us a lot of good there. I think the only way we get rid of that taxi and bus line, if we do away with it somehow or another different way than what we're doing. Oh my gosh, we have a huge backup on the freeway too because of this mess. And barely anybody's using this off-ramp, which means they want to go that way. Which means we do need to deal with this traffic. This is now high priority. High priority. Let's ease some of the burden by dropping a ramp here. Alright, little freeway on-ramp right there at that traffic circle could do a lot to help with some of the traffic issues we're having. Okay, that should help actually quite a bit with that traffic. We don't have an additional off-ramp, on-ramp, but I bet you this would do a bit to help. Bet you it would help quite a bit. Yeah, there's already quite a few cars using it. Let's see how much that does to alleviate the traffic issues we have up here, which is still backed up, heavily backed up. It's still in need of some relief, I think. Okay, well, we got this street cleared. Yeah, it's already lifting quite a bit. I mean, there's still a backup here, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. This is. A lot of cars wanting to get off the freeway there. But this is all cleared up. The buses are causing the worst of the traffic jam here. But with less traffic wanting to come off here, I think it's going to make a big difference. Traffic's flowing nicely in a lot of places. Let's go ahead and bump the price up here. Not sure how much I'm making off of transportation. I'm curious. 60,000. Definitely not bad. It's making our roads not a huge expense. I mean, healthcare and death care just got more expensive, and our fees is still only 8,000. Traffic issues here seems to be flowing just fine. Yes, we have our little bit of air pollution here by the elementary school. Everybody loves to have nice, healthy kids, except for politicians. It's the last thing they want. Lack of high skill labor, just lack of labor, period. We're about to start addressing those. New abandoned buildings. Lots of labor shortages. Under industrial demand's not too high right now. First thing I want to do though is I do want to hook these tracks up so we can finish our project. So let's do the first piece here. Let's get that one. We'll get that one. This one. We've got that one linked up now. Okay. Here's the trickier one because we need a way for both directions to link together and then bridge over. Why don't we start with the bridge over part? There you go. Okay, so we have a T-junction now with the tracks. The tracks are now fully connected. It can come from either direction to the airport. So, well, let's adjust what we've got. I've still got 18 tiles left. I only spent 3 tiles so far. So there's still a lot of options in there. And now it's time to adjust what it is we are doing here. Do we start new routes or do we adjust the routes we have? Okay, our line usage is at 2% for this red line, which is the Farringdon-Regat loop. Let's cut down the number of vehicles. That's going to save some money. That'll help with the line usage a little bit. 4 stops. Okay, the Farringdon PL, only 2 vehicles. Line usage is 4% for that one. Maybe we need to only be scheduling this during the day. Okay, Regat. Also, line usage very low, so switch that to day only. Okay, we're going to need a new line then from the train station. This is cargo only. We need to add a train station if we're going to put something. Oh man. I didn't think too much about that one. Train station's huge. I think this needs to be a cargo only type scenario here. And then yes, maybe at some point we put another train station over on this end, but there's not a population who lives in that area at the moment. That's going to make it a suitable option. But our cargo train terminal, hello, storage. Efficiency, 113%, they're good there. We have our 2 lines, let's go ahead and check on those. Active vehicles, line usage, nada. Daytime only. Cargo train terminal, cargo railway regat, 73%. That one's getting used nicely. That's the one bringing the cargo in. Let's go with cargo railway route tool. Do I want to do kind of one big one that does a whole loop? Let's try that. Cargo railway line. We will want to start, we don't need to hit the cargo station over and over again. And we are over here now. We do have Newmarket connected, so we've got to remember to set that one up. So we want to add a waypoint at the airport, waypoint at Newmarket. Am I creating anything? Yes, I am. Okay, and then we'll go to the cargo train terminal, and then regat. I don't know if I can come back empty. I think we'll stop at the cargo train terminal again. We'll try. Right now we're at 15,000 tons. I also need to add one more route. Oh boy, we already have 4 here, don't we? We need to add it here. And this needed to be passenger, not cargo, so try that again. This is for bypass only. Okay, it doesn't stop there. Guess we'll put it here. Helps if I finish the loop, which I've done. So at the train station, we now have a train line 4. On to demands, and they're high everywhere. But one that's probably easier to knock out with what I've already started to do is finishing off this industrial area. So we're just going to add the 1 tile, and that gives us this little bit more of a pocket. We already have the road in here. We just need to extend these roads and fill it in. It's that simple. Almost forgot to expand the highway, but we're taking care of that now. So I've already taken one road, our one key road that comes through, and wrapped it around to get it underneath railroad tracks, so we don't have to have any other crossover points. First road coming in. I'm trying to keep a lot of it straight in this area, even though a curved road is more visually stimulating, but keeping it straight allows us to really pack in the industrial within this area. Road infrastructure sets us up to handle our industrial needs. Continuing right on with this area. Okay, now commercial needs are high for sure. Do we want to add in a little commercial pocket here? I don't see why not. There's no cargo terminal down here. You'd almost want to add another cargo terminal down here just with all the industrial, but that's okay. Now I know there's leftover pockets that we have not filled in just yet, and we've got really high demand right now, so alright, so very big additions. Let's look to our next phase, which is going to be some mixed housing, and we still have room for some mixed housing along here, and that brings us down to a big low density need yet again. We've been here before. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. But what's the next one that we want to get into? Well, that's a big question. I mean, we have this area opened up. I don't know quite what I want to do with it. We have the beyond the freeway, which obviously means new tiles if we go that direction, additional suburbs in the suburbs. And we have the north, which is untapped, unopened. And how is our resolution of traffic? Oh, it's good. It's good. We have handled it just fine. So that additional off-ramp has moved some of that traffic over here. So we can see just how big that need was to have a couple more. Wondering if, let's see here. What size is that roundabout? It's a large roundabout. Do we have room for a third lane as it is? I think we might be able to get away with a third lane in there. This would easily make a third lane possible. Let's make it a little bigger. And then we're going to take our busy road here. No, it's still... didn't go according to plan. Alright, well, adding in that third lane, we'll see if that helps with the traffic flow a bit there. Now those buildings are condemned. They didn't like it. The road's straight. Ish. Not completely. It was curved before, I see. You could do a sports car. There you go. You're a champion. Just noticed our increased traffic situation in this neighborhood as you come across the bridge through the waterworks next to the chemical plant near the rail yard. We have a traffic circle back here, but this particular intersection does not, and it's quite backed up. There's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of vehicle traffic in the area. I think those are all regular businesses, so it's gonna hurt for a moment. Yeah, it is regular businesses, but we need the traffic circle. Only 2 of them are going to be lost. That's good. That foot traffic's a real issue. I'm not sure where all that foot traffic's coming from. It's industrial. It's not like anyone lives around here. Don't tend to get that much foot traffic in this type of area. Not sure what our signal is there. It's got to be this radio mast. Yeah, we've already seen one side clear up completely. One of the sides wasn't a problem. It was 3 sides to the intersection that had a bit of an issue, and it's definitely moving faster. I think that'll clear up soon enough. Yeah, it was all the way backed up to here, and now it's coming in, just off the intersection a little bit. Oh my, that's a bit of a steep incline. It's our first look at the helicopter making an emergency landing. Pick up a patient. Yeah, medical helicopter. Maxine Thatcher. On our way to the hospital. Should be helping with certain things. High rent still an issue in various areas. But demand is what it is. Commercial demand is quite high once again, so do a little bit more mixed housing here somewhere. I think we had a little pocket. Yes, we do have a little pocket right here that we could still use. Alright, well, we need suburbs badly. First thing, I'm gonna take this pocket and fill it in. Oh my goodness, we have 9 million. I did not realize. We have 1 traffic circle there, 1 back here. I don't want to really add in too many routes. Too many connecting routes just means too much traffic. But if it's a small neighborhood outside of our little gully that has the has the oil. Alright, we're going to connect it up with that traffic circle. And I feel like we do need this one. It's no longer a busy traffic circle. We took care of the problems. So So we'll link that road up there. I think we're going to leave some blank space through this area, but not this one. Alright, before we make it any worse, we're going to go ahead and fill in a traffic circle there. And there's our next light residential neighborhood. And that's starting to fill in pretty quickly as we approach, not quite there, but as we approach 50,000, as we approach 10 million. We've got 3 connections for this neighborhood, all traffic circles. I think it's going to be pretty easy for traffic flow. The only probable issue is maybe that center traffic circle getting a little overloaded again, as we had just resolved that, but it's a much larger one. And as for what did it do to our demand, well, you can see the industrial, commercial are nearly taken care of. Like residential, we barely make a dent. That demand remains significantly high all the time. All the time. Now, of course, as we add in neighborhoods, as we add in industrial, there are services that are probably going to be a need. So there are services that I'm probably going to need to address. But in the short term, we've got money, we've got a good population, and we still have 14 tiles, and we still have 5 progression points. We connected up our transportation. Is it doing anything yet? Is it doing anything yet? Meanwhile, okay, train activity is growing. It's up to 4,000. Bus activity, though, is definitely the highest. Nearly to 1,000 on the taxi service. Planes, growing. Tourists, 3 a month overall. But that plane service is definitely increasing now at 1,600 a month moving. We're still at 20,000 for truck cargo. Train cargo is on the rise. It's up a couple thousand. So is that happening through plane? Well, not yet. We do have a route connected, but it does not seem to be helping us, even though train cargo in general, so maybe that route is adding, or it's probably the new cargo route that we added here, I'm guessing. Did I add in an individual route for that? No, I just did the airport loop. So it's got to be moving something, right? Peculiar. Oh, it has 0 active vehicles. I found that there's a limit to the rail yard. We only have 15 vehicles total. It was 10, but I expanded it, added 5 more. And that doesn't seem to be doing it, which is weird. That rail yard's huge. How could it not maintain that many vehicles? It's a large complex. And this is just a maintenance hall. It doesn't add any more vehicles for us. So how we are stuck on just 15 is rather peculiar. But if we pick what we're doing a little more carefully, I mean, this is 16 vehicles. Oh no, that's trucks. 0 active vehicles there. No wonder there's no usage. See, this is our problem. Okay. This explains a lot on why certain things are just not happening. We have a limit. We're exceeding that limit. Ferrodin 1 has 0 active vehicles. Okay. See, it's saying none of them are active. Did we just lose everything? Okay, well now we're starting to get somewhere. I mean, that much is clear. Cut that down to 1. I think we've got ourselves under 15 vehicles finally. Yeah, 2 active vehicles. Maybe I should switch some of this to like nighttime. Less complications with trying to get in and out. There are goods. They are moving. There are trucks coming in. It's just not extensively being used. We'll get there eventually, I think. I hope. I'd still like to alleviate this neighborhood and turn it into, I don't know, industrial and replace that, but we seem to just never catch up on the low density demand. Otherwise I would. We might just kind of be forced into dealing with it. But meanwhile, we top 10 million, we top 50,000 people in town, and I think that's a good stopping point for us. We're a little bit into the large city now, but we've got a long ways to go yet. We also have a couple of new things, including a solar power farm, which we will certainly want to make use of. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.